You wake up, you walk to the kitchen, you turn on the tap. Nothing. Not a drip, not a hiss, not a single drop. You grab the remote and flip to the morning news, and the anchor's voice is shaking. The camera cuts to a live shot of the Atlantic coastline, except there is no coastline anymore. No waves, no horizon of blue stretching into the sky. Just an endless, cracked, gray wasteland running out until it swallows the sunrise. It's not just the Atlantic. Switch the channel, and it's the same story on every network, in every country. The Pacific, gone. The Indian Ocean, gone. The Arctic, a frozen crust sitting on top of nothing at all. 8 billion people all waking up to the exact same impossible headline. Every ocean on Earth is gone. Not evaporated, not frozen, just gone. Overnight. And here's the part that should really worry you. The water isn't even the biggest problem. The real disaster is something you won't feel for a few more minutes, and when it hits, it's going to affect every single breath you take for the rest of your life. Let's break down exactly how fast a waterless Earth goes from inconvenient to unsurvivable. Start with the ships. Right now, tens of thousands of cargo vessels are floating somewhere on this planet, carrying everything from your phone's parts to the wheat inside your bread. The instant the ocean vanishes, every single one of them drops. Hulls built to float, not to sit, buckle and split against the exposed sea floor. Naval fleets, aircraft carriers, nuclear submarines, stranded, useless, some torn open by their own weight. Global trade doesn't slow down. It stops completely within hours. Ports that move roughly 80% of the world's goods turn into graveyards of steel and rust. Supermarket shelves, built on just-in-time shipping, start emptying out by the very next morning because the trucks that restock them are waiting on ships that are never going to arrive. It gets more personal than shipping routes, too. Coastal cities from Tel Aviv to Dubai pull a huge share of their drinking water from ocean desalination plants. Those plants now have nothing left to desalinate. And an entire global industry, the one that puts shrimp, salmon, and tuna on dinner plates from Tokyo to Texas, disappears in the time that the sun rises. And that's just the economy. Now, imagine standing at the edge of the Marianas Trench, 7 miles of crushing black water, one of the last truly unexplored places left on this planet. Today, it's just a 7-mile deep, sun-baked canyon, littered with creatures that had never once seen daylight until this morning. Marine life, from plankton to blue whales, dies within hours, not gradually, all at once. Scientists have long said the ocean holds more life than every other part of the planet combined. Picture that much death happening in a single sunrise. Here's something most people never think about. The ocean isn't just water. It's Earth's air conditioner. Every day, it soaks up most of the sun's heat and spreads it slowly around the globe through deep currents, keeping continents from turning into ovens by day and freezers by night. Take that away, and the thermostat breaks completely. It's not just heat storage either. Those same ocean currents work like a conveyor belt, moving warm and cold water around the planet and driving everything from monsoon rains in South Asia to mild winters in Western Europe. Cut the belt, and every regional climate pattern civilization was ever built around gets thrown into chaos all at once. With no ocean left to absorb and store heat, sunlight starts baking exposed land directly. Daytime highs in what used to be mild, temperate zones could soar past anything ever recorded. Then, with no stored warmth left to release after dark, temperatures crash the second the sun sets, swinging by triple digits in a single day. The air stops feeling like weather. It starts feeling like standing too close to an open oven with the door ripped off. There's also nothing left to filter the sun. Without cloud cover, without a single drop of moisture left in the air, raw solar radiation starts hitting the surface almost completely unfiltered, all day, every day. And there's no rain coming to cool anything down because there's no ocean left to evaporate into clouds in the first place. The entire water cycle, the one system responsible for every raindrop, every river, every snowfall on this planet, simply switches off. Farmland turns to dust within weeks, rivers run dry, the ground starts to scar, cracking into web-like patterns from Kansas to the Sahara, because for the first time in millions of years, nothing is putting water back into the sky. Remember that thing we said you'd feel in a few minutes? Here it is. You've probably heard that the Amazon rainforest is the lungs of the Earth. Nice idea, also wrong. The real lungs of this planet are floating, microscopic, and completely invisible to the naked eye, phytoplankton. These tiny ocean organisms produce more than half of the oxygen you breathe every second of every day of your entire life. Kill the ocean and you kill the phytoplankton. Kill the phytoplankton and you cut off the planet's single biggest oxygen source. Here's the only small mercy in this whole scenario. The atmosphere already has a massive reserve of oxygen banked up, built over hundreds of millions of years, so no, you won't drop where you stand. But the ocean was also quietly absorbing roughly a quarter of all the carbon dioxide humanity has ever produced. Take away that sponge, and the same atmosphere that's slowly losing its oxygen supply starts filling up even faster with the greenhouse gas we spent 2 centuries pumping into it. It doesn't happen in one dramatic gasp. It's slower and somehow scarier. Oxygen levels begin a steady decline that scientists would detect within months and that every living creature on land would feel within a couple of years. Add in the wildfires tearing through drought-dead forests, fires that burn even more oxygen and choke the sky with smoke, and breathing itself turns into a daily struggle, every breath just a little thinner than the last. We built an entire civilization on the assumption that there would always be enough air to breathe. Turns out, we were breathing borrowed time from creatures most of us have never even heard of. So where does humanity even go? The poles might buy a little time. Trapped ice still holds fresh water, at least for a while, even as the collapse of ocean-driven currents scrambles the climate there too, just less violently than everywhere else. Think less apocalypse bunker and more submarine crew or astronauts on a space station. Every liter of water accounted for, every breath recycled, nothing wasted ever again. Underground shelters could protect people from the worst temperature swings, but only if they're built near deep aquifers that haven't dried up yet. A handful of nations already have facilities built for exactly this kind of nightmare. Bunkers, sealed seed vaults, missile silos converted into shelters. Overnight, those become the most valuable real estate on the planet. Realistically though, we're not talking about saving civilization anymore. We're talking about scattered pockets of humanity clinging to whatever fresh water and breathable air is left while the rest of the map goes quiet. Best case estimate, out of 8 billion people, a fraction of a fraction makes it past year 1. And that's the optimistic version. Here's the good news. None of this is actually going to happen. Oceans don't just vanish overnight, not from anything short of science fiction. But that's exactly why this thought experiment matters. Go back to that tap for a second, the one that gave you nothing at the start of this video. In the real world, it works. Clean water, on demand, anytime you want it. We treat 71% of our planet's surface like background noise. It's just there, the blue part of the map you fly over on vacation. But that background noise is quietly doing 3 jobs at once, feeding a huge share of the planet, regulating nearly every degree of temperature we live in, and putting more oxygen in your lungs than anything else on Earth combined. Take any one of those jobs away, even for a single night, even just hypothetically, and every other one collapses with it. There's no backup system running in the background, no plan B, just us and whatever's left. So next time you're standing at the edge of the water, watching the tide roll in, really look at it. You're not just looking at an ocean, you're looking at the only reason any of us are still here to look at anything at all.